Welcome back to Mud Lake Ranch. Today we're here with a Ruger 1022, and this one's special. This one was custom built for the channel with a Woox stock provided by Woox and engraved with Mud Lake Ranch on the side of the receiver. We've fitted this with a Kid Industries 1022 ultra lightweight fluted barrel. The barrel that came with the stock 1022 that this was derived from was a very narrow barrel, sort of almost pencil thin, and it was probably 4 to 6 inches longer than the barrel you see here. This is a 16¼ inch barrel and ultra lightweight. It is 1 pound 4 ounces for the barrel alone. It has a stainless steel muzzle and a stainless steel breech, and it does have a recessed crown. Kid Industries is well known for making extremely accurate barrels, and they're one of the foremost builders of 1022s that are accurate, match-worthy guns. And this one is an awesome improvement over the original that was in this. If you could imagine a barrel that's almost, man, it was probably close to 2/3 the diameter of this, so there was a ton of space around this Woox stock. This Woox stock is called the Wildman, and Woox is very well known for producing wood furniture that is elegant and just excellent looking. They have multiple options of stocks and receivers for most of the popular firearms on the market today, including things like Remington 700, Savage, Ruger 1022, and they also have AR-15 furniture. And that's what I reached out to them for originally, and either they were low on it or they really wanted to feature the 1022, which is an accessible firearm to most people, getting a lot of exposure for their brand. Their wood furniture for AR-15s is absolutely exceptional. It's gorgeous. They have everything from butt stocks and fore ends to just little M-lock attachments that add little wood accents around your AR-15. But we're here with the 1022, and I love that they have the engraving option. So if you wanted to have a personalized stock created, you can have whatever you want engraved into the side of the firearm. If it was like an anniversary gift or commemorating a special occasion, you can have it engraved, and you can use whatever font you want. I opted for this, block letter, this stencil style that really fits the Mud Lake Ranch appearance. We're, kind of an eroded look and a more boxy letter style. So this is pretty close to the font that we would use for our logo to begin with. Up top, we've topped this 1022 with an Aimpoint ACRO. If you're not familiar with Aimpoint, they are makers of some of the finest red dots in the world, and I'm happy to have outfitted this Ruger 1022 with the Aimpoint ACRO. And at the base of the Aimpoint ACRO is a quick disconnect, and you simply just push this little button here to operate the lever, and you can remove the ACRO and apply it to any Picatinny rail. And in this case, it's on a Weaver style rail, but the Picatinny type will fit a Weaver, but not vice versa. You cannot put Weaver mounts onto a Picatinny type rail. Now, the trigger. I really wanted to outfit this with a CMC trigger, and I had one, and I attempted to install it. I did install it, as a matter of fact, but the magazine would not drop. So I did a return to CMC, and they sent me back the same one with, I believe it was the same one with modifications to make it work. Said it was tested on 2 Rugers, I believe. It would still not work. What would happen is I'd put the magazine in and it would not release. And I took the gun apart again, and the magazine would still not come out when it was just in the receiver. So I had to basically fully disassemble to just get the magazine out. It just would not release. And as you can see, it's extremely easy to release the magazine on a normal 1022. So I sent that back. They were very cordial, and they sent me another brand new one, and that one wouldn't fit into this receiver. The front hole lined up, pin went in, no problem. When the front pin was in, the back pin was just slightly off. It was just a hair off. You could see that the holes didn't quite line up. I did beat that one together, and the magazine still wouldn't drop in this gun. So there's a slight chance that maybe this receiver on this Ruger 1022 is not perfectly to spec with Ruger 1022. All that is a Ruger brand 1022. It was a purchase brand new before the stock and barrel swap on this gun. And when the trigger group that's in it comes out, goes in like absolute butter. No problem with the stock trigger group. This is they're kind of flimsy, smaller plastic. And the second CMC trigger I got just didn't even want to go in the receiver. When it was in the receiver, the gun didn't want to go back into the stock. It was too tight of a fit. Still wouldn't drop mags. So I'm going to try it in another gun. Appreciate CMC trying to work with the channel, but this, I'm going to blame the gun because I think that they make great triggers. It did not want to be in this video. It just, that trigger, that CMC trigger is like, I ain't going to be in that video. And I don't know why. It just didn't want to be in it. We're back to the stock original trigger, which is fine. They do work. I've never had one not work, but I was looking for something a little sleeker looking, cooler looking, to add to the gusto and the charisma of this gun. This gun does have one thing that I really don't care for, and it's that the receiver of the original gun is gloss, which you can see here. I don't mind that it accents the flat receiver and flat black barrel at all, or the flat Aimpoint ACRO. It adds a little bit of a second tone to it, but my kids tell me it looks like crap. So you can weigh in the comments. Should I do something to flatify this receiver so it's not such a glossy standout from the rest of the gun? I don't mind it at all. I think that the overall look of this gun is compact. It's an absolute sweetheart of a gun. The Woox stock does come with additional butt plates, so you can extend this slightly. As you can see, it's a really short footprint. And shouldering it, I have no trouble because I have short TRX arms, but I could get away with a little bit more length. I'm going to leave it like this for now. We're going to get this sighted in its current configuration. One other thing on the Woox stock is it has a front, two front sight posts. You can run a bipod up front in your sling, and you have your rear sling strap mount. And it's not the pin style, so it can pivot, but I'm used to having just the quick connect eye hole there, but this will work. It's sufficient. It's just much harder to swap slings between different guns. But I think I'm going to put a leather sling on this, a dedicated leather sling that's a little narrower, kind of fits the small, sleek profile, and it'll be a nice fit versus having a big, fat hunting style sling on this. I don't think that would be a good look for this gun. We'll use a narrow leather, and that'll set this thing off nice. And we'll have this in other videos when we're testing ammo, such as this Remington Ranch Hand. Remington is the ammo sponsor of today's video. Remington provided the Remington Ranch Hand 22 long rifle to the channel. This is Remington Ranch Hand 22 long rifle, 40 grain plated round nose with a muzzle velocity of 1,255 feet per second. So check out Woox, check out Kit Industries, check out Aimpoint, and check out Remington Ammunition. All of those folks make videos like this possible. So we're gonna fire their first rounds through this gun. I have fired it, but that was before I've taken it apart and put it back together about 12 times, messing with triggers and with the original barrel, now the new barrel. We've had a lot of time with this gun, and you'll see it's got a few dings and nicks because of the amount of times I've had it apart and, smacking it around on my bench. I do have a gun mat, but yeah, somehow I got some love marks under here and on the backs here of the stock, but eventually this thing will be unrecognizable in that it has so many scuff marks, because it's going to be heavily used here at the ranch, and hopefully we'll have it out at the range quite a bit, especially with the Mud Lake Ranch engraved right there in the receiver. That's a really cool feature that Woox has. So you can make your Woox gun your own, and whether you're doing script font or whatever. All right, let's get our first rounds downrange with the Ruger 1022 Kit Industry barrel Woox Wildman stock. So this works out pretty perfectly. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. If you just have it just right, I think the paper's catching it. You can still dump 10 out of here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I missed one. Even though they're slightly staggered. I like the these plastic style boxes because you usually can dump out the 10, which the Ruger 1022 standing for 10 rounds of 22 long rifle is designated as. All right, let's try the smaller ones. Oh, I gotta see where I'm hitting. We're hitting low to the right. That's pretty evident. All right, let's get this thing moved around a bit. Load it up 10. We'll see where we're hitting on this steel now. I might have overcompensated left. I still gotta go up, and I still gotta go left. Beep. Sometimes the 22 doesn't have enough mustard to actually move these paddles. I'm shooting at 30 yards. I have the camera set up way closer at about 5. It'll move them if I give them 2 shots. A little double tap. Gonna go headshots on target 2. What we found out is that these weigh a little too much from this distance to actually move them, so we're going to give them double tap, see if we can get them to go somewhere. Nope. All right, so we're in the truck because I broke my microphones. I carried the tripod back with the camera on it, and I got to the truck and it fell off and broke off the whatever it plugs into the phone, so I had to order a new one. But I can't finish the video without outside because it's too windy. It'll be just blustery. So I'll take a few shots at 100. We'll get it dialed in at 100, I hope. This thing is hitting awesome at 100. I hit the steel. Initially I hit the post. I heard a little ting and I'm like, that's no way that's the steel. So I aimed just a little bit higher and I hit the steel target. So I'm confident that we're in looking good on the regular target too. We'll get down there. Maybe we can salvage a bit of this audio, but you'll get my picture if we do on how bad this wind is. I missed once on the steel. 10 shots. Awesome. That's freaking incredible. All of them at 100. 1, 2, 3. And that's a pretty tight group. That's with a dot. All right, so after my adjustments, original group was down here. Now the group is up here. I'm shooting through a dot, so it's not exactly perfect. Average these suckers out, and I think I'm down here still. I think one right, one up would be a safe bet at this distance. That's the target my son added, but we are at 100 yards, and we are shooting from way back there. How cool is that? I mean, squirrels beware. Let's go see what this thing shoots at close range now, because now that we've dialed it at 100, I'm not shooting many squirrels at 100 yards, so we need to attempt something closer again to make sure we're not over compensating here with the sight in. Run back down into the range pit. All right, you good boys and girls might have noticed the banners down, but I brought a squirrel for us to shoot. Here, let's check these things out. So, about an ice cold bush light out kills me. It's the only one I had. It was my post video drink. This is simulating a squirrel, and we're gonna go to a comparable, like 10 yards, to make sure we can still hit this after sighting it at 100. All right, we're recording still. Man, I hope I hit. Squirrel. All right. Heck yeah. We're bizballs. I did a couple of preliminary steals to make sure that we were good. And man, we hit exactly where we were aiming after being sighted in at 100. Just a little to the right, but come on. All right. We had a lot of fun today, and the wind died down enough that I think I might be able to accomplish the outro without my mics. The Ruger 1022 outfitted with the Woox Wildman stock and Kid Industries 22 long rifle ultralight fluted barrel. This thing is absolutely disgusting. Accurate, 100 yards, and 10 yards. So we shot at 100. We hit the steel consecutively on all 10 shots down there, and we've inched our way closer to the bullseye, which I'm going to check out right now. Now we're shooting the Aimpoint ACRO. This is a red dot, no magnification, and I've got the dot dialed down as far as I can. But at that distance, I can't see the impacts, and I cannot see the white of the target when the dot's on it. So I'm trying, like, I can barely see the green of the target, the 8-inch circle. I'm covering a lot of that. I'm trying to center it best I can. 10 yards, we annihilated the bush light squirrel. It worked outstanding. So that gives me a lot of confidence bringing this gun out into the squirrel woods, as well as plinking here at the range at any distance. Incredible. Love this Woox stock. Absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully we can do more with them on the channel. I love Woox and I love Kit Industries, and I'm a big fan of Aimpoint with this ACRO sight. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Mud Lake Ranch. We hope you found Woox, Kit Industries, and Aimpoint as interesting as we did. If you found this video interesting, helpful, or useful, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe. All right. Our group moved north too much, so I'm gonna have to go left and down to straighten her out, but we're still hitting squirrels at 100.